And you are taking a look at I-75 northbound. This is Expressway Northwest near Mount Paran Drive on the northwest side of Atlanta. Again, I-75, all lanes are shut down at this time due to a multi-vehicle accident. As you can see, several emergency crews responding to this right now. You just see the police cars lined up, blocking all lanes of traffic while those emergency personnel respond to the scene. Again, multi-vehicle accident has caused all lanes to shut down at I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. We are following the latest, talking to GDOT and checking in on this estimated clear time for all those drivers out there, but traffic is building up. We have our Atlanta News First chopper en route to the scene. We'll get you an aerial view. Right now what you're looking at, this is a traffic camera just showing you up close what this scene looks like if you're sitting in that traffic, which I imagine a lot of those cars have parked in place as nobody is getting through at this time. Again, all lanes are shut down at I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. This is along the expressway on I-75. All northbound lanes. Southbound lanes are not impacted at this time. You can see off in the corner, if I bring down my graphic, that side of traffic moving smoothly, but northbound lanes fully impacted. All lanes of traffic remain blocked. And we are following breaking news. All lanes shut down at I-75 northbound. This is near Mount Paran Road. Again, as you can see, just the line of police vehicles that are blocking off all lanes of traffic right now. This is due to a multi-vehicle accident that has caused all lanes to be shut down at I-75 northbound. Again, southbound lanes are not impacted at this time, but as you can see just from this traffic camera that I was able to pull up for you, this area is a populated area. It's heavily impacted right now. All lanes have been shut down as emergency crews respond to the situation out here. Multiple vehicles involved in this traffic accident along I-75 near Mount Paran Road. We are following breaking news. All lanes remain shut down at I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. Now, as you can see, several police vehicles, I believe one of those vehicles is Georgia State Patrol, blocking off all lanes on the northbound side of this interstate. And as you can see, southbound lanes remain open fully, but it's that northbound area where multiple vehicles were involved in a traffic accident. That is currently being what is holding up all of these lanes of traffic. And what I imagine is just miles and miles of cars now piling up in this big area as all lanes continue to remain closed. Nobody is getting through. There is no assistance to those drivers right now to move forward. They are essentially parked on the roadway right now, and this has been going on for about an hour as we wait to hear from GDOT on what the expected clear time for this accident is going to be. But multiple vehicles involved in this traffic accident that has caused a full shutdown of I-75 northbound lanes. And as you can see, that is still being investigated. I mean, I think I see off into the distance one of those vehicles at least still remains very much in the middle of the roadway. So until those vehicles can be safely moved off to the side, or a safe route can be established for those drivers to even at least allow at least one lane through, those cars will remain in place waiting to hear from these investigators, from these officials that are responding to this, on when they can expect to get that clear time. Again, we are monitoring and talking with Georgia Department of Transportation as well as some of the investigators on the ground, and working to get you the details of what happened here. But we do know right now multiple vehicles were involved in this accident, prompting a full shutdown of I-75 northbound near the expressway over on Mount Paran Road. Now, if you are sitting in this, which I saw a few comments on our YouTube stream saying that somebody was sitting in this, we are working to get you the latest details as we continue to bring you this live coverage. And then our Atlanta News First chopper is en route to this accident. Hopefully we can bring you an aerial shot of the situation right now, showing you our GDOT traffic cam up close, as we can get to the front of this situation right now. Multiple vehicles involved. They're more towards the left side of your screen up there. Multiple vehicles involved in a traffic accident that has prompted all lanes to shut down.
to a hotel. And I,
Hey there, guys. I'm Atlanta News First digital journalist Jamarlo Phillips here at the First Alert Desk. And right now, all lanes are shut down at I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. We're going to go ahead and take you out to the scene right now to give you a live look at what it looks like. You can see that traffic is at a standstill. Of course, the northbound lanes are closed. However, the southbound lanes are fully open. So if you plan on traveling through this area this afternoon or tonight, it may be best to find an alternate route just to be able to get out of the way of that traffic fear that you see on the screen. Again, all lanes are shut down at I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. We've had this picture up here for the last 30 minutes or so. So again, if you are getting off work this afternoon, you might want to find an alternate route because you might end up stuck in traffic for a while. Now, we did hear from some officials with the city of Atlanta. They told us the crash happened near Mount Paran Road. Several vehicles are involved, and motorists should find another route. Now, no official word on what caused the crash or how many cars are involved in that crash. We're also still working to learn if anyone was injured and how long this could take for crews to clean up. All right, guys, Jamarlo Phillips here with Atlanta News First, here at the First Alert Desk again. As you can see here, traffic has not moved yet here along I-75 northbound. We're looking at the area near Mount Paran Road here where several vehicles were involved in a crash earlier. We're still working to learn if anyone was injured and how long this could take for crews to clean up there. So if you are planning on traveling through the area, maybe getting off work this afternoon or headed to work this evening, it might be best to find an alternate route. Again, we're looking at I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. The southbound lanes are open, as you can see, traffic steady moving there. However, on the other side, you can see that some officers are on the ground right there, probably investigating to see what caused this crash. We don't know what led up to the crash. We're still working to find that out. And of course, we're hands on deck here in the newsroom, just trying to get all the information we can out to you guys. This might be the best time to go ahead and download our Atlanta News First mobile app. There we will be updating this story, updating to let you know when the northbound lanes will reopen. And as you can see here on the screen, you can see officers right there on the right side of the road there. You can see several cars in front of those officers there. So you can see that there is some type of investigation going on, but we'll continue to stay on this story here and bring you all the latest updates. Right now, we're still working to get more information from police. Not much being released to us at this moment. However, my best advice for you folks who are on the road this evening, avoid this particular area here near Mount Paran Road. And I'll be back shortly here because we're going to have our Atlanta News First chopper fly over the scene to give you guys a aerial view of what this area looks like right now. All right, guys, Jamarlo Phillips back here at the First Alert Desk, and we are still looking at a live picture of I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. As you can see on screen here, several cars involved in a car crash in that particular area. The northbound lanes are closed. Southbound lanes are fully open there. We're still working to learn to find out if any injuries were reported in this crash. We're also working to learn what led up to the crash. But what I can tell you is that the northbound lanes are closed, and it may take some time for crews to reopen this particular area here. For folks who are getting off work this afternoon, who are heading to work this afternoon, it might be best to go ahead and try to find an alternate route. Go ahead and share with your family and friends that they don't want to drive near or through this area here. Again, I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. Several vehicles involved in a crash. We're still working to learn if any injuries were reported. We can see police on scene. We saw a fire truck just moments ago. We saw ambulance too. We're actually seeing more police officers on scene here. You can see many of them on the ground there in those bright colored vests. So that shows you that they are currently down there investigating, trying to piece together the details to figure out what happened here.
Okay, it's recruiting day, so it'd be nice to have, some
All right, guys, I'm going to talk to some of you all in the comments here. Going to answer some of your questions, or at least try to answer some of your questions anyway. Elizabeth Madden says, why do they have it shut down? Elizabeth, there was a multi-vehicle crash there in that particular area. So that's why crews went ahead and shut down the northbound lane. Several cars involved in the crash. May take a minute to clean up, but that's the reason why police have shut this roadway down. Christopher Hill, this was 20 minutes ago. He says they have traffic turning around that is past Mount Paran and directing them opposite direction to exit Mount Paran. So it looks like police are, telling people to go in the opposite direction. Don't come this way. So that's good to know. So more people won't get stuck in this mess here. Elizabeth Madden says, why they have, I just read your comment here on air, Elizabeth. So let's see here. Buffy Wallace says, stuck in this, what do I need to do? Well, Buffy, you might just have to wait it out unless there's a way for you to make a U-turn. Yeah, you might be in this for a while here, Buffy. I'm sorry, but you're not the only one, I'm sure. We're gonna have our Atlanta News First chopper fly over the area to give folks back at home, folks who are tuned in right now, an aerial look to see how condensed traffic is in this particular area. Again, we heard that police are telling people to go the opposite way, don't come this way here. So we're going to continue to stay on top of this story here, continue to bring you all updates. And as I mentioned before, this is a great time to go ahead and download our Atlanta News First mobile app. So that way, when this roadway opens, when the northbound lanes reopen here near Mount Paran Road, we'll be sending those updates through our mobile apps. We'll be sending out push alerts, and that'll let you know, hey, the roads are back open, crews have cleared the area, and you're able to continue your commute. We can see a lot of movement on the ground, as you can see. I can't count how many cars were involved right now, but maybe when our Atlanta News First chopper hopefully when our Atlanta News First chopper gets on scene, we're able to see a better and a clear picture of the cars involved and the first responders on scene too. Tyler Safara says, what happened? Tyler, there was a car crash that involved several cars on I-75 northbound there. Going to be in traffic for a while. If you are traveling this particular area or traveling through this area, or even if you're nearby this area, it may take a while for crews to clean it up, because if we look in the further distance there, northward, we can see that it looks like one car is on a tow truck there. So it looks like some progress is being made. Meantime, if you are traveling through this area, or if you are planning to go to work and have to travel through this area, find an alternate route. You don't want to get stuck in this mess. All right, guys, Atlanta News First, digital journalist Jamarlo Phillips here, back at the First Alert Desk. As you can see on the camera here, it looks like two lanes of the northbound lanes here along I-75 are back open. It looks like police are still doing their investigation. However, they were able to go ahead and open two of those lanes to let traffic go ahead and pass through. Now, we're still working to learn if any injuries were reported in this crash. What we do know is that several cars were involved. The northbound lanes were closed for about half an hour. And we're still working to learn other details. But the good news is these two lanes are back open, so for those folks who've been waiting to move, thankfully you're not able to get them out of there. All right, guys, and if you're just joining this live stream here, we do want to go ahead and let you know that two lanes are back open here along I-75 northbound near Mount Paran Road. Earlier, all lanes were closed as police were investigating a crash that involved several cars. Our newsroom here at Atlanta News First, we're still working to learn if any injuries were reported, but what we do know and what I can tell you is that several cars were involved. The crash happened around 3 p.m. The lanes were blocked for about 45 minutes. And of course, as soon as we get any other details outside of that, we'll be sure to update you guys. And don't forget to go ahead and download our Atlanta News First mobile app so that way we can send you all the necessary information, updates, and breaking news.